Account restrictions have been a staple of old school RuneScape for quite a while. Account restrictions set a unique and difficult set of challenges unlike anything else in the game. It blocks conventional paths and forces you to forge your own path through the game. That is where my ultimate Ironman, Voluntas, comes in. On top of the restrictions set by the game not allowing me to trade, nor use a bank, I'm going to restrict myself further. I will be a Slayer pure account. My Slayer level will be staying at 1. This locks off many items, quests, and areas, which brings me to my goal, Jal-nib-rek, a pet received at a 1% chance from one of the most difficult pieces of content in the game, the inferno, a symbol of mastering the inferno, and, for me, conquering it without Slayer. Being a Slayer pure obviously prevents me from obtaining a lot of items, as many high-end items are locked behind monsters that are locked behind a Slayer level requirement. However, that isn't the only issue. Not being able to use Slayer also means I lose a great method of earning money, the ability to complete many quests, and I lose all of the potential clue rewards that I would have gotten from Slayer, as Slayer is a great source of clue scrolls. Specifically, I'm worried about God pages. God pages are used on damaged books that can be obtained after the Horror from the Deep quest, and once these books are completely filled with pages, they provide bonuses when worn, and some of them can pretty comfortably be used until at least the early endgame. And the ability to freely destroy and reclaim these books means they are a godsend for Ultimate Ironman. The inability to use a bank means that inventory slots can be scarce, which is why having a flexible item, like a god book, is so good. To complete a book, you need the 4 unique god pages of that book, which are obtained from clue scrolls. Since I won't passively be obtaining these from Slayer, I'm going to need to actively pursue these pages. So I'm going to be thieving easy clue scrolls from ham members and complete those scrolls for caskets. I'm planning on 200 caskets, but for this whole plan to work, I'm going to need a lot of law runes to teleport around with, construction levels, items, and much more. I have low stats, little money, and few quests completed, so I've got a lot of progress to make. First things first, I need to get the Ardoin Cloak 1. The cloak provides some pretty decent early game bonuses. However, the main reason I'm going for this cloak is it provides infinite teleports to the Ardoin Monastery, which is here. It's very useful for getting around, as sometimes it can actually take you to the other side of the world and it doesn't cost anything for the teleport. It shouldn't be too difficult to get. I just need to complete rune mysteries and then go around and complete all of the diary steps. Well, there it is. Now I need to find out how to get to Ardoin. I suppose Castle Wars teleport it is. Alright, unless I get super unlucky, I should be able to complete this diary step right here. Yep, there we go. Alright, I believe this is the final step. Yeah, there we go. Now I need to get out of here. Well, here we go, and there is the cloak. This is going to be really nice. I can infinitely teleport to the monastery. Well, I have the Ardoin Cloak. This will be pretty good all around just for getting around the game, but it also brings me to my next goal. I need construction levels. To be specific, I need 27 construction to build EC stash units to put clue items in, which is a must for me because I can't bank. For construction training, I'm going to chop trees in Baroque by the sawmill for logs, turn those logs into planks at the sawmill, teleport with the Ardoin Cloak to the monastery, pay 30 coins to travel to Rimington from the docks, go to my house and use all of the planks, chronicle teleport to Baroque, and then run back to the sawmill, chop more logs, and start the cycle over again. The issue is, I need money, quite a lot of money. Each oak log costs 250 GP to turn into a plank, and there is also the cost of the chronicle teleport being 150 GP each. I've calculated the GP I need for planks to be around 30k, so I'll need a little bit more than that to account for transportation. I have an idea of what I'm going to do for money making. I need to quickly get some crafting XP for that though. I will quickly go and complete Dwarf Cannon to get 20 crafting, and then I'll try a money making method. Well, there it is. 20 crafting. The plan I have for money making is simple. Now that I have 20 crafting, I can cut sapphires. I will go to a gem store, buy an uncut sapphire, cut it, sell it back for profit, hop worlds, and repeat. I may need to move around to different gem shops if one is completely bought out on all worlds, but I'll see when I get there. Well, I don't think I have enough money, but I've emptied all the shops and they won't be restocked for a few hours, so I'll use the money I have and see where I end up. And I have an idea of what to do for the rest of the money I need. Well, there goes the rest of the money. As expected, I still need a bit of money to finish this off, but I have the perfect solution for this. Okay, so I'm going to be thieving from chests in the ham storeroom. You thieve keys from the guards and then open chests for jewelry. This serves two purposes for me. I need a fairly big variety of jewelry to fill all the easy stash units, and any excess jewelry can be sold to the jewelry shop in Port Sarim for hopefully a good amount of money. First, I have a few quests I need to do before I can actually access the storerooms. Well, that's the first quest. Well, now I just have one more left. Well, there it is. That is the final quest I need. Well, anyway, I suppose I'll be thieving keys for a little while. I haven't gotten all the jewelry I need yet, but that's probably a good thing, because at this point I should have enough money to finish off 27 construction, and if I had more jewelry it would just make my inventory a little bit more cramped, and the process of finishing off these final construction levels would be a little bit more tedious. 6 slots isn't a lot, but I only need to go from 24 construction to 27, so it won't take too many trips. So I'll finish off construction, and then I have an idea for making jewelry thieving a little bit better. Alright, there it is. Now I can build easy stash units, so I am done with construction. Now I can go back to collecting jewelry for stash units and getting money. But first, I'm going to complete the feud quest. This gives me access to the Rogue Trader minigame, which can give access to Ali Morissane's rune shop, which is how I will be getting law runes and also nature runes. I will get a bunch of nature runes and Loelk, the extra jewelry I get. Loelking isn't great for GP, but I don't have high elk, and Loelk at least means I won't have to go to Port's room whenever my few remaining inventory slots fill up. Well, there it is, the feud. Well, now that the feud is done, I just need to do the Rogue Trader steps. Okay, this should be pretty fun. It will give me a Sudoku puzzle with runes instead of numbers. Interesting. It feels like it gave me a lot more runes than it should have. This will be much easier than I thought it would be. believe this is correct. Okay, luckily I didn't mess up there. I don't need law runes just yet. Alright, I'm gonna get 10 more nature runes. Oops. Well, at least I have a moneymaker. I can still use all these runes, it won't be too bad. Alright, well, I'm gonna get some wines and then go back to thieving keys. This should be much better with nature runes. Oh, there's the emerald ring I needed. I'm gonna want one more though, because then I can make a ring of dueling, which will provide some nice teleports. Alright, well this is the final batch of jewelry talc, and back up to 30k, which is really nice. Alright, 2 cosmics, and now law runes. I genuinely think I should buy like 50. Oh, I can buy more, I'll buy like 75. Well anyway, I'll head to Baroque now. Alright, these should be enough runes to get around. I can telekinetic grab this gold bar. And here is the ring mold, emerald ring. And now I can enchant this ring and wear it, and then I will also enchant this. Nice. I really need to clear some inventory, so I'm going to head to the Stronghold of Security because I can get a bronze spear and finish off a clue stash with that. Oh, and there's the bronze spear. That's really nice. Now that I have all of the jewelry I need for the stash units, I can go and collect the stash unit items and fill the stashes. Here's the plan. I'll buy all of the nails I need, and for the planks, I'll use my adorned cloak to teleport to the monastery, head south to Port Gazard, and pick up the 2 planks that spawn in the town. Then I will fill the stash units I can, get more planks, build more units, and continue the cycle. Alright, well I need to collect a black axe. The best way to get it is probably to kill feral vampires, but that's in Mauritania and you can safe spot them, but also they sometimes will hit you. So I think I'm gonna get my defense up a bit. I'm going to do the Holy Grail quest to get it up. I need level 20 for easy clues anyway, so I'm gonna do that quest line. Shouldn't be difficult. Alright, well that's the first quest done. Alright, this fight, I guess I just flinched this. Apparently the Black Knight Titan is very resistant to magic, so that wouldn't be the best way to do it, so I'll just flinch this. Well, that took a while, but it's done now. There it is. That is a lot of XP. 29 prayer and 32 defense. 32 defense is going to be really nice, just for random things. Alright, before I go for the black axe, I'm actually going to go and fill the rest of the stash units first. Alright, now that all the stash units are filled, time to go for the black axe. Oh, alright. Free maze. That's not bad. In order to make the process of obtaining the black axe from feral vampires a little bit nicer, I'm going to upgrade my magic gear. I already made an amulet of magic, but I'm going to upgrade my gear a little bit further by obtaining Zerician robes. I should be able to kill lizardmen in the canyon fairly safely and collect the 12 pieces of fabric I need. Alright, in order to get into the lizardman canyon, I need to get my favor up, so I'll do that, and then I should be able to get enough fabric to make some robes. Alright, there we go, 5%. Now I can go into the lizardman canyon. Oh no, I'm out of money. I can get some more runes. Oh, there it is, the final one. Well, there we go. That is my magic gear. Alright, that's gonna help a lot. It took longer than I thought to get, but I'm glad to have it. I didn't realize I didn't have that quest done. Alright, there it is. Quest is done now. Now I can actually go for the black axe. And 30 prayer. I got it! Oh, I'm so happy. Alright, well, final stash unit. Alright, well, that is the final stash done. Alright, well, this is a very easy to overlook step. I need to actually obtain the damaged god books to put the god pages in, which means completing Horror from the Deep. The main thing that makes this difficult is the boss fight. In the quest, you have to fight a Dagonoth mother, which hits very accurately with range, which pretty much means that I need to use Protect from missiles to negate the damage. Even though I got a lot of prayer XP from the Holy Grail quest, I'm still 10 levels off Protect from missiles, so the training begins. And the way I'm going to train this is I'm going to die here, and my items will be here for an hour, and then for like 30 minutes or so I will be obtaining big bones in the wilderness and then offering them to the chaos altar. Alright, yeah, here's everything. Alright, now I just need to get my inventory back in order. I don't need too much more XP. I think I might do a few quests and then go from there. I should get really close just from the quests. Well, there it is. Yep, 40 prayer, which gives me Protect from missiles. There is no way I get this. Alright, I'm just gonna get out of here. I could go back and just try to flick Protect from missiles. It might work. Oh, that was abrupt. Well, now I just need money. I'll need 60,000 GP to get 200 law runes, which will hopefully be enough. And then I'll need 25,000 additional GP to unlock all of the damaged god books, since I only have the Zamrock one currently, and each book costs 5,000 GP to unlock. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing for money before. I'm gonna buy some nature runes and then leave the hem storerooms. And I guess I'll come back when I have more money and buy more nature runes, because I can't buy very many now. I've gotten quite a bit of money from thieving jewelry. However, I think at this point I'm going to trade my thieving up to 45 and then blackjack for the rest of the money. So I'm going to go to fruit stalls to trade my thieving. There it is. I guess I'll be blackjacking for a little bit. That's 90k. It's probably enough. I'll buy 100 and then hop. And then another 100. Well, I realize I may need to buy more law runes. I might run out before I finish the 200 caskets. But I'll see how far these runes get me, and that means that the easy clue grind begins. And there it is. 200 caskets. I have a few things I need to quickly do before I actually open these. First, I need to claim all of the god books from here. And now that I have these books, I can head back to Lumbridge. Alright, I need to run fast now. And then Barbarian Village. Now I need to head up north to Edgeville, and just as I did before, I'm going to pick these nettles until I die to keep my items there for an hour. And the reason I'm doing this is I can't access Entrana with Zerushian robes, and I don't really want to drop them, so I'm just going to keep them here for an hour, and that should be enough time to open these caskets. And the reason I'm opening these easy caskets on Entrana is because it removes all of the armor rolls that you can get from the casket, which means a higher chance of getting god pages, which is the only thing I care about. Now I can pick up all of the books, I can teleport to Soul Wars, head to Edgeville through this, and then just take the reward caskets, and then I don't have any gear on, so I should be able to take the boat to Entrana. This should be quite quick. Let's see how this casket opening goes. A Master Scroll book. That is really good. I'm going to be getting a lot of teleports from this, and this stores all those teleports. That is going to help me get around the world. Is that... Oh, that is so good. This is possibly the best book. This one's super, super good. It's the best mage book. It's the pure mage book. That is all I wanted, really. Anything else is a bonus now. Another page. And that is another one. And apparently I can now bless holy symbols, which I didn't know was a part of that. Now, this book isn't great, it's just defenses, but it's another book complete. And the final casket. That is everything. And from that, I got 2 books completed and a pretty good chunk of the other pages. I'm gonna get back to my items and resort my inventory. I don't know how I'm gonna manage this, but I'll find a way. Alright, as much as I love the ham robes for thieving, I can't imagine I'll be back there in quite a while, and my inventory space is already quite sparse. I think that's all for the ham robes. I should be able to use these here. Okay, this should be fine to click. 31 scrolls. So this should be an accurate price check of what I've got. From 200 easy clue scrolls, I got 3.8 million GP. Well, now I have a bunch of runes, a bunch of sweets, 200,000 GP, a filled Book of Darkness, as well as a filled Holy Book, and a scroll book with a bunch of teleports. This was a very, very fruitful adventure, but it's not over yet. I do have one more thing that I want to complete. I still have these 2 pieces of the Varanite Mace, and I need one more from the golems over here. I grinded quite a few of these on free-to-play, but never got the final piece. Now that I am on a members world, I can actually access the most difficult golem, the Chaos Golem, which has a 1 in 150 drop rate for the final piece. So I should be able to hopefully grind out the final piece. Goodness, I actually got it. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have to dip into more runes. That's it, that's the final piece. Alright, here it is. That is the mace. Oh, I'm so happy to have this. Such a nice weapon. This item is pretty comparable to the rune scimitar, and it has the added bonus of actually being powerful against golems, so I could farm this area. I am really happy to have this done. That concludes the incredibly fruitful journey of obtaining and opening 200 easy caskets and obtaining the Baronite mace. The progress has been immense. I am really excited for where this account is heading.